Magic mind. Let it kick in quick, or this is going to be a boring as fuck episode. I'll tell you that right now. I'm tired. And Brian's going to come over and tell me how good he is at karate and that he could dunk. And I don't think I have it in me to give a fuck. Excuse me. I haven't played with this in so long. Hello?
I'm here.
You still want to do this?
Dude, I'm all the way here. What do you mean?
All right. I'll be right out.
Jesus.
I'll be right out. I'll have to figure out another day. You're back on the couch. It's been almost 3 years.
Has it been that long, dude?
It will be in July,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
I know. You could do anything when you...
Look at how cute your dog is. You're so sweet, baby. Hi, sweetie. Hi, my baby girl.
Boy.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's born a woman, but...
Yeah.
Scoot-doo, blabbity-blue, scoop-dee. Oh, yeah!
Stay there where you're at?
Wherever you want me. Look at my baby. I love it, dude. You don't have the Max, huh?
I got a Max. You want a Max?
Yeah.
I got the Sleep. I got the Max.
I like the Max, bro.
Throw it over here, baby.
Come on. Come on.
You know the Max is time released.
I know all about it. I know all about it. I want you to do my acting off show in Austin. I want you to fly out for
I'm
it.
coming to Austin. This episode will already have come out, but I'm going to be there soon.
So you know what it is? What we do?
No.
It's really fun. We do this thing where I have comedians. I give them acting prompts, and now it's called Trailer Trash. And we take like a movie.
What kind of acting is it?
We take a movie and we take the cliche moments of the movie. And I give you like an acting prompt where I go, you're the reluctant hero. And or how do you die? How well do you die in slow motion? How do you die in fast motion? Things like that.
Could we do something that's more positive?
Yeah, we can do whatever you want acting wise. I can just tell you, I can keep telling you, you're like, I tell you about a mission and you're like, in action movies, the hero is always, he's kind of long time retired. He lives on a farm. Now he's turned his back on society.
Action movies like that you would go in for.
We need you one more. We need you for one more mission.
The acting movies I go out for, though, for action are more like I'm the rookie who, they need you to come teach me because they haven't seen somebody like you until me.
That's good.
Because I'm 29.
That's good. I like that. Don't say you're 29 because I don't know if that's true. You might be a little older than that. Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't paying attention. I was getting a little nervous on how to intro you. Give me 1 second.
Just
Bryan Callen credits. Because I know you did something where you were a gym teacher.
the Goldbergs, dude.
Yeah, but wasn't there a spinoff?
And then Schooled, yeah. And The Hangover and Mad TV.
Sex
and
and
The
the City.
Hangover 2 and Sex and the City.
Yeah.
It kind of goes on and on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the way you sit. You're rather refined. It's been 3 years.
3 years in
I've missed
July.
you. Wow.
Last time you were here.
Nothing's changed in a good way, though.
Yeah.
And I understand your podcast is growing.
Since your episode came out.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, I don't causation, but
Well, it's called the bump effect.
causation correlation.
Yeah, I gave it a bump.
I've told you about this one. Okay, so I have Michael sitting at the other end of the room because he has a little bit of a cough that he keeps saying, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Okay, and he knows it's okay, but I don't know he's okay. So we're just putting him over there. This episode is sponsored by
Klarna.
Okay.
Klarna.
Just the one. Just don't. We don't need him too many takes. That first one was good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I didn't talk over. We didn't flood
Try one
lines. Klarna. Klarna.
Download the Klarna app today and visit Klarna.com to learn more.
Klarna balance account required to be eligible for cashback points.
Oh, good.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Klarna.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey,
Hey,
this episode is sponsored by Factor Meals.
head to factormeals.com/TYSO50 off.
And use code TYSO50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box.
With new subscriptions only.
While supplies last until September 27th, 2026.
See website for more details.
Ricky's on the loose. I am in Dallas, Irving, Texas this weekend. In June, I'm in Washington, D.C. July 22nd, I'm in Montreal for the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. In August, I'm at the Fringe Festival in Scotland, Edinburgh. I'm in London at the end of August. In September, I'm in Portland and Eugene, Oregon. I'm also in Philadelphia. In October, I'm in Houston. I don't believe that the London or the Edinburgh dates are up yet, but go to punchup.live/Rick Glassman, sign up for my email list so you could be the first people to hear when those tickets are for sale. All right, Ricky's on the loose.
MichaelOnochi.com, June 19th and 20th, New York City.
Right.
You're in Austin
Slower
now,
burn.
huh?
I'm in Austin. Here's the thing about Austin. When you go from Los Angeles to Austin, Los Angeles is a big city, and there are different things in Los Angeles, aren't there?
Oh yeah, there's the
there's the
Ryman
beach.
Canyon.
There's everything.
There's Griffith Park.
Yeah. There's Manhattan Beach.
The
There's
Troubadour.
Venice. There's Santa Monica. There's different, and there's, wait, ready for it? There's
Silver Lake.
everything to do, right? Everywhere. And Austin tends to be downtown, and then there's a sort of a suburb everywhere.
Are you familiar with Safe in Austin? The rescue animals, rescuing children nonprofit?
No, I don't, but I like children and animals.
Yeah, they were featured on a season 6 of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which is something, if the show is still on, you would be able to benefit from. I think you would actually be good on it.
I auditioned, well, I was asked to audition for it because they were rather keen on
Audition
me
for
for a
what?
character, for Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. It's queer as folk. I know what you're saying.
Oh, you're saying we're talking about different shows.
I know, it was a show.
I don't
And-
know about Queer as Folk.
Oh, you don't?
I've heard of it.
Okay, well, the character had to make out hard with a guy in the first pilot.
As
And-
opposed to the second pilot?
Yeah, well, it was a lot of that. And he had to say very suggestive things. And I called my agent and said, I'm not a homophobic man at all. I might be 10% gay, but I just can't get on a set, put on makeup, and then first thing in the morning, probably at 7 a.m.,
Mhm.
make out with a guy who's got a mustache. You understand? Not my thing.
Mhm.
So it didn't go any further.
What if the
than that.
pay was
Okay.
$1 million an episode?
Okay, now you're getting into an area that I think we should talk about,
Okay.
and I think it's not going to be.
Do you want something
comfortable.
else to drink?
Probably some water.
I have water, but I have some other options. Do you want to hear them, or should we just go straight to the water?
I go right to water.
They're good
but-
options. They're high quality options.
What are the options? Because I want to get into what I would do for money. Yeah. Oh, look at that right there.
Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah.
This is a new fridge.
Yeah.
When you start making money, you get a little crazy, huh?
Shout out to Rocco. To be honest with you, they sent it to me for free.
That's what happens when you start having influence. That's
Yeah,
a
I think
Rocco
they're-
fridge.
Yeah, I think they're big fans of the pod.
Well, they should be, but also that's a great fridge.
Hey, cool it
Okay.
is what Rocco's motto is. Now, would you like some high quality tea?
No. You know why? It says Junie, and that's a little feminine for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's somebody.
How
when
much
you,
money would you want to drink it?
we're going to get into that. If you say Junie tea, I feel like it's good for my yoni, and I don't have a
Would you
yoni.
like sparkling?
Yeah.
I
Is
got
that's
still.
yeah? I'll take the still. Is that Evian?
The still is Mountain Valley.
Give me the sparkling Evian. Merci beaucoup. Man, you seem like you know how to serve. I really appreciate that.
I was a waiter for a while. Well, excuse me, that was just this morning until you got here.
Okay. Yeah.
Sitting
Now-
right here.
Back to what I do for money. I was thinking about this. Bill Gates, not my type, right?
Physically?
Yeah.
Or you're more of a Mac guy, are you saying?
I just don't know
From
that.
Always Sunny.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to choose, it would probably be someone who had very smooth ebon skin, somebody from West Africa.
Eben, that means black.
Yeah.
Like ebony and ivory.
Sure, if I was a gay man, I think my type would be a darker, a Latin, Brazilian, something like that.
No
something
mustache though.
Afro-European kind of mix.
No mustache, because you said you don't want to make out with a guy with a mustache.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hair on anywhere, especially in my mouth. Okay.
What do you do when you're eating hair?
Well, so that's the problem. Is I can't do it.
How do you get your protein?
Well, so typically when you slay an animal in the wild, which I've done.
What have you slayed?
Sorry?
Like when you go hunting for?
Yeah, I slay. I like to hunt the way my ancestors did. So I don't use a gun. I think it's cowardly. I use a sling, or I tend to stalk with a blade.
Do you do this for food, or do you do this for sport?
I do it for food. I do it for life. I do it to take the animal spirit into my breast. And I like to eat the animal there in the field. I dress it and I take it into my system because I can feel its spirit. No. What I like to do is chase an animal for a while.
Do you have any video of this?
I do. I like to watch the animal's adrenaline. I get it spiked. And then I slay the animal at peak chase.
Why do you want the adrenaline in the body?
You'd have to feel what it's like when you take that meat in. It gets saturated with red blood cells. The meat is kind of a fudge-like consistency. There's almost no fat. I take it in. Sometimes I carry with me a small jalapeno pepper.
Why small?
A small bottle of extra virgin olive oil, preferably from Greece or Jerusalem. When I've eaten my fill, I leave it. I leave the animal for the elements or for other animals.
I feel like what you're telling me right now is something that I've heard you say before. Not necessarily in that order,
right?
But it does seem like, and pardon me for going right into serious talk.
Yeah.
But it does seem that you're selling something that you've been selling for a while. And I'm curious if you're still selling it because people are buying or because you're stuck with this thing and you have nothing to do with it. Because, Bryan, how old are you now?
So you mean like in biological terms or?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What do you mean? So show business, what do I play? I can play anywhere from 30 to 40s.
You think you could play 30?
I don't know.
You think you could play what I play?
I think with what's called a soft filter.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if I had a Glassman wig on. You know what I mean? A lot of what holds me back is, yeah. So thank you. Can't believe that you have that. A lot of what holds me back is my hair, right? So, and let's be honest, it ages me. I've lost a lot of hair, but I want you to pay attention.
Have you thought about having hair surgery?
Well, I have. I've looked into it.
I'm sure money isn't an issue for you.
No, I make a fortune. But look, I want you to watch now what happens to my face. Watch what happens to my face. So do you see how young I look all of a sudden? Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
I don't know about 30, but 40 or 50.
Yeah.
You could play 40.
Yeah.
If you had hair like that.
Right. And that's what happens when you live essentially on wild game and you treat yourself to half a yam when you've earned it.
That's the only carbohydrate you eat is a half a yam sometimes?
I'll have some berries sometimes and a handful of pecans.
You don't go to restaurants?
No.
Earlier today, you said that you were having dinner with James of the Magic Mind Corporation.
Right.
One of these.
I love it, dude. I'm going to have dinner with him tonight.
Ooh,
You're welcome to join.
I'm actually having dinner with a couple of my friends, or I would.
Okay. He invited you. He loves you.
Tell him to get in line.
Are you hunting and cooking for him?
Yes. Because
that's interesting. And I think for this podcast, I would like to see that so I could film it so we could put it in. I could reschedule with my friends and maybe I'll come with you guys.
Right. Yes. There's not a lot of, so one of the things about hunting for me is I almost always ride alone, right? When I say ride, I just mean I'm usually alone because it's hard to bring somebody who doesn't understand how to walk without breaking a twig under their feet.
Yeah.
Right. And you give off a certain scent. So it's going to be hard for me to close distance on
So you hunt the animal, What do you think you're gonna catch today?
So in this case, I'm going to catch some shellfish down in Malibu. Yeah.
Oh, so you're going.
Shuck some. Yeah.
Where are the twigs that you're afraid of them hearing?
It's a good question. It's a good question. There is a lot of driftwood on the beach. So
that the seafood hears when you're walking on the beach. I could walk on a beach and not step on the.
Well, I mean,
driftwood.
I'm not just. I mean, sometimes it's funny. People fish. I love spear fishing. I love to get in there with a sharp stick and just,
Cool. I would love to get some video of that.
Yeah, I would love you to do that too. But it requires a certain kind of camera.
What do we need?
Just a waterproof situation.
I have waterproof cameras.
Do you?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll check. Tides.
Speaking of water, Icelandic glacial is my new favorite.
Really?
Not a sponsor. Would love it. And I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
I would take a sponsorship just in trade for the water.
I have a weird thing with water. Like Dasani water, I can't stand. And apparently the pH of your mouth has to do with how something tastes.
Well, what do you think your pH is?
I love Evian. I can drink it all day long. I
Yeah.
can't drink Dasani water.
Do you think if you weren't eating as much meat with adrenaline built into its muscles, that maybe your palate would change?
Maybe.
Brian.
Rick. Sorry. See what happens?
Yeah,
I
weird.
know. Yeah. It really does make a huge difference. The hair.
Do you feel that youth is something worth chasing?
No. I think the biggest, I am so tired of a culture that is all about your peptide stack, your workout regime, your sleep schedule, the supplements you're taking that are going to stave off the inevitable decay of the body. I'm exhausted with our culture.
Do you think that's our culture, or do you think it's a subculture that you're kind of in?
It's a great question.
Your friends.
It's a great question. I think it's a subculture, but it's a big subculture because.
Like Ike's.
Sorry?
Ike's?
What is Ike's?
It's a subculture of, it's a Subway.
Yeah, but no, it's different. The subculture we belong, or that you can get very quickly into, is all over the internet. There's this, I mean, human beings have always wanted to live forever, but I find it uninspiring when I hear people tell me about their precious morning routine. And I'm like, listen, I have kids, so all of that goes out the window. And what's really cool about having kids, or what's really cool about, like, it used to be that we would always measure somebody on how much they gave, not how much they had.
JFK.
Is that a JFK quote?
Ask not what you could do for your country, because I'm sick of having to answer all these questions.
It's ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, something like that. It's true. I'm tired of, so your morning routine is all these things that optimize your biology. How about reading a novel?
That's sometimes
and
that's people's,
smoking a cigarette.
Well, sometimes that's people's evening routine.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the morning.
But you know what I'm saying? Do you get weary of our culture? Do you get tired of this shit?
I'd like to answer your question by answering a different question that's analogous to it.
Okay.
When people make sequels to movies years later, when the movie was great, it doesn't need a sequel or a remake or even a reimagining. You could yawn if you need to.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. I saw you do this.
No, I'm loving where you're going with this.
People say, there's an argument that says, don't you hate it? Like, you're ruining the original. I don't see it that way. I'm not saying I want the sequel or I want the reimagining.
Right.
I'm not saying I even have a take on it. Do it. If it's great, great. If it's not going to ruin this thing. So when people are waking up and they're not smoking cigarettes and they're not reading a novel, I'm not thinking, why aren't you smoking and reading a novel?
Right.
Marry who you want to marry. Just don't shit in my toilet.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this culture that never has us reaching beyond ourselves. And what I mean by that is, like, you live in a time when, if you want to get people's attention, tell them how they can benefit from this, how they can live forever.
You're just talking about sales, my friend.
Yeah.
It's just a new product, but it's the same intention.
But it used to be that you, for example, it used to be, though, that I think we were interested, like a housewife in Kansas,
Arizona. Okay.
Arizona, was actually reading about the opera scene, the art scene in New York, just because it was something out there. And even though it had no relevance to them, there was a marketplace for that. And I don't think that market
Where are
exists
you
anymore.
getting this? Where are you getting this vision of housewives in Kansas and Arizona reading about the opera?
I think because I'm
And
noticing.
how do you know they're not doing it now?
I'm noticing a lack of generosity as the ideal. I'm noticing that the winners of our culture are people that are celebrated for having the most cars, the private jet, the shiny everything, as opposed to, and I might be talking about a world that never existed in the first place. So there's that possibility here, but I'm going to say it anyway. And I think there's something wrong with that, which is this hyper consumerism versus
Reading about the opera.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to make both the world and America, dare I say,
Yeah.
great again.
Generous again.
What's the difference?
It's still MAGA. Make America generous again.
Yeah.
Do I sound like a liberal?
Are you not liberal?
I'm liberal.
I think you are. I think you're liberal in a conservative body.
I believe in equality of opportunity. I'm
Well, that's
I'd be
bipartisan,
hopeless.
my friend.
Yeah, I'm a libertarian in a lot of ways. I'd be hopeless. I'm not gonna, I believe in gay marriage and I believe in
You
all
believe
those
it
things.
exists, or you believe that it should be?
I think it should be.
Isn't that a little antiquated? Do conservatives not believe in that anymore? I mean, there's some people, but everyone wants the gays to get married.
No, I think there's sort of a Christian nationalist sort of notion that would be, that in fact, separation of church and state is no longer desirable because it's gotten us into this swamp and that we have to get back to X, Y, and Z.
I think those people always existed. There's just more stages for them to stand on.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I think that's
a very good point. That's a wise point. It may have always been thus.
I understood everything but the last word.
I like to speak in medieval terminology sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like, because I remember you said you like spear fishing, but I didn't realize that your hands weren't steady.
I tend to
Shakespeare.
It's really good.
Aren't you only supposed to bite your knuckles like that when you see a pretty person?
Or when somebody hits me with a pun that I wish I had written, and then they humble me, and I go,
Are you not that particular with your wishes? Because then you came up with a great pun, and now you only have 2 wishes left.
Yeah, why are you only giving me 3?
I'm not giving you anything.
I didn't see you come out of a bottle.
I'm not the one giving you wishes.
You're acting like a genie. You'd make a good genie.
Yeah, it was down to me and Will, actually, for the live action Aladdin.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Down to you and Will Sasso.
Will Smith.
Really?
Yeah, they said he was a bigger name.
He is. So it was down to you and Will.
Well, not technically, not a longer name.
So you and Will Smith got down to the wire, and they were going.
They were auditioning when they offered it to Will. They were auditioning. I'm like, why? And then I ended up testing for it. I don't know if they ever really considered me, but I went in for it multiple times.
Right. What was the audition like?
They
because you're looking over there, so sometimes I always feel like somebody's.
Say it again.
You can look right here. It just looked like.
Oh, just because I have Will Smith's book right there.
Got it.
And Will Smith's statue.
No, I see that
From Fresh Prince.
Huh.
It was an audition I got. It was in Burbank, and it was a weird, very low budget looking room. Like I remember feeling like, why am I not like in the Disney lot or something? It wasn't, which is very close to the Disney lot.
Yeah.
And I went in a whole bunch of times, and they were they thought it was funny. I know they were laughing a bunch. They had me paint myself in blue.
Really?
Yeah, and then I went into this
room. You painted yourself at home and then came.
Yeah. And
to the audition.
They laughed and they said, will you come back and do this again tomorrow? And each time they brought new people to come and watch. So I figured they were more network executives.
Well, I don't know if, so you would paint yourself blue.
They asked me to.
They asked you
They said, will you paint yourself blue and come here and sing You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me?
I didn't know you sang.
I'm good enough. I'm not really.
Can you give us a...
One jump ahead of the big guy, 2 leaps ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can afford. That's everything.
It's really actually...
Riff raff, street rat. I don't buy that. If only they look closer, would they see a poor boy? No siree.
Wow.
They'd find out there's so much more to me.
Yeah, good. I would have held it, but good. It's really good.
I mean, it's fine. If I had a voice coach,
I'm
I
actually
also
a
have
little-
been sick.
Yeah,
I'm not making an excuse. I'm not like unbelievably better. It's just the control. I don't have the control as much.
It sounded great. I'll be honest with you. If there was you and Will, I would have been a little bit...
He's a bigger name.
yeah, but you sold me there.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
Jesus. You
Get
got
the music on the soft and slow.
great range.
Baby, we ain't got nowhere to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long.
I wish I had brought my fucking harp.
Do you have a harp?
Oh yeah. I was
Never felt a feeling quite this strong.
ding, 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 ding.
Do you really play the harp?
Yeah, I was varsity choir, and I was the first harp in our...
There were multiple harps.
Yeah, well, I was first
In
harp.
case you were sick.
Well, you always stagger it. So the best harp is first harp, and then you have it's like first chair harp, and then you have second chair harp, third chair harp. So
There were 3. So
yeah,
it's like a stand-in.
the orchestra I was in was pretty harp heavy.
It was just
did a
in
lot
high
of-
school though.
No, I went on to do some pretty significant stuff.
But you were talking about in varsity. That's high school.
It was in high school. I started in varsity harp, and then I went on to do other things in college.
Do you
I
have any
was
video of
offered
that
a-
I could show?
I was offered a scholarship, a harp scholarship in college.
Offered, but you didn't take it?
I chose not to take it. I didn't want to make harp my, it's more of a hobby.
But you said after high school you went on and you did a lot more. So you did it in college.
I did it in college. Yeah.
Then why not take the scholarship?
Because I didn't want to take away from a young
Close your legs a little.
harpist. Sorry, I know there's a lot going on there. But
What do you mean you didn't want to take away from a young harpist? Weren't you? You were a freshman in college.
I come from family money, and and I just thought it would be unfair because there are people that are poor, and
Got it.
and I come from
So your family paid for your college.
yeah.
What do they make their money doing?
My father was, he was an arms dealer. So we used to like to try to create a situation where both sides need the arms, and
Did he ever think about teaming up with the Mr. Potato Head company? Kind of helping them out.
I think you're being sarcastic.
Yeah, I was just being playful because
Yeah.
they don't have arms. You know, I do
Wait,
trading
look,
cards of
look.
previous guests.
So here it goes again.
And
That's a good pun.
you could see that this
good
Mr.
pun.
Potato does have arms.
That's a good pun. That's Eric Griffin.
These are cool.
These are great.
Want to take a look at some of them?
Yeah. You see this? Yeah. Yep.
While you're taking a look at those, I'll let people know that if you want to check me out doing my hour Ricky's on the Loose tour, rickglassman.com to get tickets. I got lots of cities, lots of places, and I'm adding more. If you go to rickglassman.com and you go to my tour page, you could sign up for my email list because I'm still adding cities so I could notify you if I'm coming within 50 miles of your city.
Go to
Ricky's on the Loose.
BryanCallen.com for me because I'm going to be.
BryanCallen.com?
Yeah, I'll be at the Irvine Improv this weekend. When does this air?
This is not going to be airing. I'm shelving this longer than I normally do.
Yeah.
I think this will be shelved for approximately 1 month.
I'll be in, just go to BryanCallen.com. I think I'll be in, by that time, Chicago at the
Ooh.
Chicago Improv.
Ooh.
Yeah, June 4 and 5, I think.
Ooh, 4 shows.
Yes.
Do you need
Are
an
you
opener?
still loving? Are you?
Do you need an
Yes.
opener?
Yes.
Well, if you want to open for Bryan in Chicago, send him a message on, what do you use? Email?
Carrier pigeon.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, Michael, how you feeling today?
Great. So far, terrific.
Thank you for being so far on the other side of the room because of how much you've been coughing and stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah. Michael keeps telling me it's fine and he's trying to reassure me. And I keep saying, Michael, you can't reassure me because you don't have that information. And because I've gone to therapy, I've learned to communicate saying, hey, Michael, I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear it. You keep coughing and saying, it's not contagious. And you're sneezing and you're coughing. And you're like, it's not contagious. It's fine. It's like, you don't know that. Huh. You know what? Maybe I do need to talk to my therapist.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rick Glassman from the Take Your Shoes Off podcast. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a fucking therapy guy. What I love about therapy is you have somebody that you could talk to help find patterns that you might not recognize existed in your life. You could talk to people that don't have the bias of just there to gas you up and support you and say, yes, King, fuck that chick. She's nothing but trouble. Hey, I know you're trying to support me and reassure me, but I'm not looking to hear what makes me feel good. I'm looking to hear what could help me grow, what could make me be better. You get matched with a licensed therapist, and if you don't sync up with that therapist, change therapists at no cost to you. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/TYSO. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/
TYSO.
This episode is sponsored by Factor Meals. You know what meal delivery services are, right?
Yeah, I've been around those.
Yeah, so Factor Meals is a very good one. In fact, I get it for my mom about 4 meals a week. She loves it. She goes like this after she eats it. She goes, it's like I'm eating in a restaurant.
Could you actually get me a subscription? I mean, why not? Send it to my house.
You mean you want me to pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it a try for you.
All right, thanks, man.
That's not it. Factor Meals is fresh, never frozen, over 100 rotating weekly meals, including globally inspired flavors like Mediterranean and Asian, 2 of my favorites. Mike, you know this.
I love Asians.
Yeah, we're talking about the food.
Oh, how are the meals crafted?
Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans 175 plus ingredients, no artificial colors or sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup.
What about refined seed oils?
Nope. Just nutrient-dense food. Nope. It's really good food. It really is.
My stomach is hungry.
It's ready in 2 minutes. Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love this spring. Head to factormeals.com/TYSO50 off and use code
TYSO 50 off.
to get 50% off plus free daily greens every box.
With new subscriptions only while supplies last.
Until September 27th, 2026. See website for more details. I'm going to buy a bag.
Yeah, let's get a bag. Stay up till 6 a.m.
No, not that kind of bag. I'm in a bag because we travel a lot, and I travel a lot.
Oh.
And I want a bag that can carry a lot of my stuff as well as my laptop. And I found this bag on North Face that I really like. Let's say I want to buy this, but I want to be able to pay in 4 payments, interest-free, over the next 2 months. Well, when I check out, I think I might choose Klarna. Oh, but this one is 0 interest. Continue. Brilliant. Dude, I'm about to get a dope bag. I'm about to get a dope bag.
Like a big one?
Yeah, like where I could keep yeah.
Is it Klarna that offers flexible
Payment options.
Yep. It allows users to split their purchases into 4 interest-free payments.
So that can help me improve my cash flow management.
Yep. And there's no fee payments when you pay on time.
Is it secure or is it fast? Because you can't be both.
What do you mean you can't be both?
Usually they don't go hand in hand.
With Klarna, it's secure and fast.
Yes!
Here's another interesting little, I don't know if you call this a little hack, but if you choose the pay in full in 30 days, it's kind of like you could just try the item for free and if you return it, so you don't have to pay anything. Because if you end up liking it, you keep it, you pay. If you don't like it, you return it, you didn't have to pay anything.
Yes! Can you explain to me a little bit more how it's secure?
Well, it offers fraud monitoring, 24/7 fraud monitoring, buyer protection, and cancel for any reason protection on tickets. That's cool. What I like about Klarna, it doesn't just offer value. You know what else it offers?
I know it offers transparency and control, but does it offer anything else?
Doesn't offer that because it has no surprises. Pay now, later, or over time. Whatever fits your life. Download the Klarna app today or visit
Klarna.com to learn more.
California resident loans made or arranged pursuant to a California finance law license.
It's NMLS number
1353190. Klarna balance account required to be eligible for cashback points. Limitations, terms, and conditions apply.
Replied.
I wish we had pigeons.
Well, now you have one wish left and you have a pun in pigeons that already exist.
That wasn't a lot. Fuck.
I'm just saying language is important.
Yeah, but I didn't want to
Thus
use.
we not forget.
I get one more wish. I got to be careful.
So what were you going to ask? You were going to ask me something.
Are you enjoying stand-up and are you doing a lot of touring?
I'm loving stand-up more than I've ever loved it, Mr. Callen.
Good.
You know, I'll go back to stand up in a moment. I call you Mr. Callen out of sign of respect.
Thank you.
I was at a grocery store yesterday at the Hot Bar, and a gentleman, or at least I'll call him that, said something to me, and he said, "Sir," and I, not offended in the slightest, but recognizing the trope of, "Oh, sir, don't call me sir. I'm a teenager just like you." I said, well, I was holding my dog, Alvin. I said, "You hear that, Alvin? Look at the respect that we get.
Yeah.
I'm a sir now."
Yeah.
Making the same joke, if I'm this old man, he must be. And I said, "Thank you so much, little boy." And I said that to him. Maybe he's, I don't know, I'm guessing his age, but he's 23, And he goes, "Little boy." I don't think he got what I was saying.
Right.
Also, the stakes are so low. I didn't feel the need to be like, "Oh, I was only saying that because of blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
But I was aware of, it was one of those moments that I thought about until we parted ways, and still am remembering it. I don't think if I could do it again, I wouldn't have said "little boy" based on how we received it. Normally when I do something, I believe in what I say and I want them to receive it well.
Right.
But if they don't, it's just operational cost. That was one of those moments that I haven't felt in a while, which was, I didn't need to say that. And I'm not in touch with exactly why. But I think
you'll get that more because, as people listen to your podcast, start to rely on it for humor and just to make their days better. Your podcast, right? Or your stand-up. And they'll start relying on it because you're what we're in the business of doing. I love how comedians get hate. It's hilarious with these losers that make money off of whatever they can do because
I know that because Reddit and Fighter and the Kid has a serious reputation, but I don't get any hate.
No, you don't get hate. But I mean, I'm saying you'll see there's a subset of people on the internet that love the point I'm making is that comics spend all their time just trying to make people laugh. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I've ever done. And it's what happens is no matter what the bullshit that you might get, when I'm on the street and I'm a certain age, I get people that are they grew up with me. They've watched a lot of stuff.
Sex in the City.
All of it. They just go like this.
Bio,
they go.
Maybe.
They just go, that's an OG. That's it. Like you get respect. You're called Mr. Callen sometimes. It's hilarious.
You were a coach in AP Bio? Is that Glenn
coach
Howerton?
in the Goldbergs. Okay.
What was the spinoff?
Schooled.
Did you make
Original
more money in
cast member.
Schooled than in AP Bio?
Yeah.
Because you were one of the main guys? Or because just your rate got higher with that network?
Yeah, well, it was a spinoff of the character.
Did you get more than 150,000 an episode?
No.
Did you get more than 100,000 an episode?
No.
Did you make 100,000 an episode?
No. A little less than that. I think 75. Can't remember.
And then do you have to pay your agent and manager, or do you not have those?
I had an agent. That was it.
And a lawyer?
No.
So
I've always run.
So 67.5 is what you walked away
with. Yeah, and
with.
then there's taxes and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So per episode, you're probably walking away with, you're netting around 40.
Probably.
How many episodes?
I think I would have to look.
1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons?
I think we did 1 season.
13?
Yeah. No, 22, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Was it 2?
So that's $880,000 net. What did you do with that money?
Put it in my house.
Like in your closet, or you bought new cupboards?
I put it toward the mortgage.
Toward all of it?
Yeah.
So it's not paid off. Your house, you owed more than $880,000 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I put a lot in.
How much does your house cost?
I bought my house back in the day, I was making a lot of money, and I paid a little, it was too expensive. I overstretched.
3.5?
No, 2.9, 2.8, I think.
Where?
Santa Monica.
Do you still have that house?
My ex does. Gave that to.
Remind me the name of the show?
Schooled. Goldbergs.
Schooled.
And then Schooled. Yeah.
Is there some type of irony that all the money from Schooled went to somebody who schooled you?
I don't
Your hands are shaking.
I don't look at it that way. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Shakespeare. Oh, yeah. Just the tragedy in comedy.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Have you done any hunting?
I haven't. I'm trying to think if even though there's an opportunity, but I understand what it is as animals that hunt. I am not somebody who, because I don't eat deer.
Why not?
I just don't. I don't eat cheese. I mean, there's lots of things I don't eat.
You don't eat cheese?
No.
That's my favorite food.
Well,
are you a meat eater?
I am, but I'm very specific with my meat, and the meat I eat actually doesn't need hunting.
So wait a minute.
In fact, it's overly farmed, and I have a moral dilemma with it.
Yeah, I
Pretty much
understand
just
that.
chicken and beef.
I get that. I think it's way more humane to hunt an animal. By far.
I think it's also more sustainable, and I think if that's what you're doing, and that's what everyone is doing, there wouldn't be the industry that is so cruel to these things.
Yeah, I hate that.
It
No,
really
that's not
grosses
true.
me out.
I know the problem is that you without factory farming, without industrial style farming, people would starve. I know, like the problem is we have so many people, and getting carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.
But
I know it's hard though.
Without it, culturally, the world would be different, so they wouldn't starve, and people would be needing to get their own foods, or there would be stuff that was more local. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that
You'd be at the mercy of crazy things like weather and all kinds of stuff. Like the problem is that the industrial scale, it's an inevitable thing. You know how we always talk about family farms, right? Here's what would happen. So I would always try to buy from family farms, and I was like, fuck big food. I was always that way. Problem is that when you have family farms, some family farms would just be way better at producing food. It's just how the world goes. They would just figure things out. They'd be better at it. They'd be more organized. And then what would happen is the other family farm wouldn't be able to sell eggs at the same price this family farm was because they were making more. So they would have to be like, damn, we're not making money. And then this family farm would come over and go, hey guys.
You're talking about all small business in general.
Right. And they would go, let us buy your farm. This is what happens. They'd go, really? Okay. I guess we have to because we're behind them. They'd buy that, and all of a sudden what would happen? You'd get these giant farms.
But how is that any different than people who sell pants?
I think with food, the most important thing is you've got to keep the cost of food at a constant. So when I go to buy eggs tomorrow, I have to make sure they don't go from $7 to $15, right? Like otherwise we can't run a society that way. I got to feed my kids and stuff like that. People can't afford it. So one of the first things you see is, what does food cost? And the biggest political liability for any party or any candidate is food's now more expensive. What are you going to do about it?
So there are community centers and local and things that are based on like farmers markets, for example. There's a farmers market in this town and in that town and in that town, and people travel around and stuff. But what if we all had villages, and in this village, we got our eggs from this place, and in that village, they got their eggs from this place? What about that?
Try doing that in Minnesota in the wintertime. Tell me
You
how
have
that
to
goes.
but I don't even eat eggs.
Well, okay. A lot of things
It's
go
a
into
metaphor.
eggs. Yeah, but a lot of things go. The food that we rely on, the grid.
But in
is-
Minnesota, they don't need eggs because that's not where, unless, I don't know how chickens work in Minnesota. Maybe they have chickens in the summer and spring.
Well, we figured out how to
Don't
do
they
it.
have indoor farms in Minnesota?
Yeah, we figured it all out. We figured all that stuff out, but that requires
to slaughter the baby.
It's 1,000
slaughter the
things.
baby male chickens.
It's
because
1,000
they're
things.
useless.
Yeah, it's 1,000 things.
Why do we need to kill the baby male chickens? Because they
'Cause-
don't make eggs, and we don't need
And they
them.
need to learn.
I just think it's cruel.
I get it.
And I think you going out there and killing a deer, I also think it's cruel, but I think it's I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's natural.
So I've been hunting. It's
I don't think it's
impossible
wrong.
to hunt. It's impossible to be a good hunter, which I'm not, but I've hunted with great hunters, master hunters. It's impossible to be a good hunter. I'm not talking about sitting in a tree blind. I'm talking about when you stalk an animal, you go somewhere in the wild.
Like
It's
when my dog sees a
impossible.
squirrel.
Yes, it's impossible to be a good hunter without having respect for the environment and the animal, and more importantly, not just respect, understanding of animal behavior and the environment it lives in.
Would you say this goes for hunting animals as well as if you're out looking for a mate? Without an understanding of the environment and empathy and respect, it's going to be tough to capture that mate.
That's an interesting question, because most relationships probably are a reflection of you. Most of the time, you're probably working something out when you're younger with
I'm not
yourself.
saying being in the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm saying getting the phone number, getting the first date.
I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question because, like, I would say, what is your mindset when you are most of this, like, we live in a time, another problem I have with our American culture is that the relationship between men and women is antagonistic. It's hostile. It's a competition. It's almost like this idea of, what do I have to do to get you in bed? So both people are putting on a character. The man is either acting hyper competent, provider protector. The girl's acting
Like,
hyper
for example,
pure and virginal.
pretending that you're hunting all the time. And
all that shit.
isn't that how you make your living?
Hunting.
Talking about it.
I'm trying to get away from that.
You're being serious. Are you being serious?
I kind of am because I'm tired of me and I'm tired of talking about that stuff.
You're very, very good at it.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever need to stop.
Right.
If you're feeling that, I think not knowing you well enough, but recognizing that perspective, it's not getting away from it, but it's adding on to it.
Yeah, I think I'm adding on to it. Well, I'm still 15. I'm 59 and I'm still hung up on the same shit. What's that about? Like, I'm supposed to be wise. Like wisdom. I should be sitting here looking at you going, a tree grows as fast as a tree grows. Does it not, my son? And you should be like, whoa, you know?
Well, but the thing is, you have that in you. That's actually crazy because it does. And you're right.
Yeah.
But you didn't know to say it because something else was taking that space.
Right.
There's an old proverb, adverb, runningly.
It's a proverb.
Now you may have heard it, but the people at home who haven't, allow me to. Are you sure you don't have to yawn?
Yes.
Okay.
I get my sleep.
2 mice fell in a bucket of cream. One mouse was churning, like trying to get out and churning it. And the other mouse just gave up and was just like, and he was like starting to go under the cream. Now the mouse that kept churning turned that cream into butter and saved the mouse that wasn't doing anything. But that mouse, like almost like kind of like in movies in quicksand. The mouse was like this,
right?
With only its mouth sticking up, and its body was under the cream. So the one mouse, you got to keep paddling.
You got to keep paddling. That's right. There's a Swahili saying.
Those are the men that you're attracted to, correct?
Yes. Now the Swahili are the Swahili is spoken in Tanzania and parts of Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
That's East Africa. All right. Some of your viewers may not be up on African topography, but Swahili, and there's a saying. I think it might be a Maasai saying. I don't know if the Maasai speak Swahili, but either way,
they don't.
The saying is, if you are a lion and you wake up, run fast. If you are a gazelle,
if you don't go to sleep.
Yes,
or run faster.
Run fast. Run fast. Always run fast. Life is effort.
Evolution does not happen without threat.
Yeah, that's right.
The strongest do not evolve, which then ironically would make you wonder, are they the strongest if they cannot be malleable?
So now you're getting into a great question. Strength is measured with different metrics. As men, we tend to measure strength with one metric. Sorry, but that's because I'm asserting dominance. We
aren't you trying to change?
I am. Thank you. We measure strength with usually something like the stock market, the roaring stock market, the NFL, the biggest guns and the biggest muscles.
That's so funny because
but there are different strengths, right?
Only one of those do I connect to.
Right. What is the one?
Biggest muscles.
Yes. But I
don't think of the NFL.
Well, the NFL is a dominant sport, right? It's like, I'm saying that it's a game of inches. It's like, there's an American ideal to strength. F-35s, F-15s, aircraft carrier, here we come, baby, eagle, dominance, the overlord above, all that stuff. That is part of it's the Roman ethos. But there are other strengths.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah. Or how about turn the other cheek? How about love your enemy? How about forgiveness? How about a single mother working 3 jobs? That's strong, right? And so there are certain things that we forget about. So you have to measure strength.
What about a mother who is not single, but she's the provider and the father tends to the children at home and she's still working 3 jobs?
Yeah, the father's a pussy.
It depends on how you measure strength. Because wouldn't you say a homemaker, somebody who takes care of 3 kids, make sure they get up in the morning?
Yes.
That's a pussy?
As somebody with 4 kids, I can tell you.
So do you think
whether you're a man or a woman,
do you think women are pussies because they take care of their kids?
No. When I always laugh when if you don't see how hard it is, like, so my wife now has a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Those are my children, right? I have a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. But the amount of work it takes.
Your wife has 3 children with you?
My first wife, 2 kids. My current wife,
Your current
2
wife
kids.
has 3 children.
She has 2 kids.
I'm sorry, a 2-year-old?
So my first wife,
I
you son of a bitch.
That's where I was going.
And I am a silly goose, but you're right.
That was the emotional intelligence. That's my strength.
But women, so that's interesting because women tend to have to do a lot of things. I always say that when a woman, as you get older and you see how a woman has to raise kids, here's the thing nobody knows. Women have to like keep those children alive. Men are not going to do it. You know what women do? To keep those children safe from harm, they have to imagine all the ways that kid could get hurt in every environment. They're noticing things you and I would never notice. How many outlets are not covered?
You wouldn't notice.
How many sharp objects are there? Is there a gun in the house? Is there a nervous dog? They're looking at 1,000 things. We don't look at any of that. And not only that, they have to also manage moods in the house. Their husband's in a mood. They have to absorb that. Their kids. You're trying to get in on this with your feminine energy. You have very nice teeth.
Thank you.
Those are very straight teeth.
Thank you.
What's going on there?
I've always had a straight top. I feel like my mouth is similar to my sexuality.
Clean,
straight on top.
Clean and straight.
And a little dirty on the bottom.
Wow.
And white.
And white, dude.
Yes. Now, women, tell me if you agree or disagree, that women during their luteal phase, they're not really looking at outlets as much as they're looking at my big black cock. Agree or disagree? And why?
Okay, so apparently when women ovulate, when they're ovulating, they're looking for a more masculine man, a stronger jaw, a different scent, more symmetry, broader shoulders, aggression, these things that kind of like are caveman prototypical sort of
safety,
like
an idea of
breeding with the biggest, strongest.
What's the difference
male.
between breeding and safety? It's just about surviving.
That's right. And then when they're on the pill, apparently.
I don't believe in it. I believe it exists. I think it's terrible.
Well, apparently it changes their olfactory system. So they're not able to smell. It messes with their smell. So they tend to be more attracted to a beta, safer male. Here's the problem. This is one of the biggest problems that they'll never tell you. And I've heard really, really smart therapists, couples therapists will tell you this. And I don't care. They might not admit it.
If a woman's on the pill, you could fart.
It's not that. Thank you for that. But no, I like the way your scientific brain works. Women will tend to marry a man that they're attracted to this other man, but that guy might be too unpredictable, a little too dangerous, too high value, whatever.
You.
So they'll go over here.
Me.
And they'll find the guy who's more, a little bit like that. There you go.
Do you want me to make you? I know it's late and we're going to bed soon, but I really want a snack. I was going to make an almond butter sandwich. Do you want me to make you one? And if so, I don't have to put the top bread on it.
God, that's such a good beta male, dude. You're such a good actor. Yeah, that's good. Look at that. And what happens is she ends up, and if she does marry the guy who, now give me alpha.
I need to think about that for a second.
Dude, come on, just feel it.
Okay. Let me see your tits.
Wow. Okay. That seems kind
Give
of.
me your tits!
Wow, that seems super aggressive, but all right.
Do you want me to tone it down a little bit?
I'll go with that.
I can tone it down a little bit. Hey, honey, I really want some Italian, and I'm not in the mood to make anything, and I'm not in the mood to watch you do anything other than smile. We're going to go over to Maggiano's. I'm buying. And on the way home, if you have room for dessert, suck my big black dick.
Jesus Christ. That's a pretty, okay. So, okay, freeze. Now, she goes, geez, he's such a take control caveman. What a kind of an asshole. Now, what she does is she has kids with that guy. Mm-hmm. Now, here's what a lot of therapists will tell you. She then is like, what if he takes that aggression and turns it back on me and my children?
Right.
So I got to get that aggression.
Like when hamsters eat their young.
I got to get that aggression out of that guy. And she'll find a way to beat that aggression or just get it out of the man.
So she'll just suck him dry.
Whatever it is. But then all of a sudden the man gives up and he's like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to do this.
Like in commercials where the hot mom and the ugly dad and the mom is telling the ugly dad, what the fuck are you using those type of paper towels to clean up the counter? Use Bounty,
there you
fucking
go. Yes, that's aggressive, but let's say she does that.
Well, maybe she's now because she's
She's the alpha.
menopausal, and she's taking some testosterone.
Or she just figured out that that is what keeps her husband.
Because she's smart, because she's looking for the
Now,
outlets.
guess what happens then? She's no longer attracted to him.
Yes.
She doesn't want to have sex with him anymore.
Yes.
And the marriage goes away.
It's like a man who like feels like, you know, he doesn't want to be with a woman who's just, not that it isn't her right, but he doesn't want to commit to a woman who's just sleeping with tons of partners all the time and she's a bit of a fucking coos, right?
Yeah.
And then she becomes this maternal, making stew and doing these things. And like, I'm not attracted to this fucking tub of shit anymore.
Same
Where's
thing.
my fucking slut?
Where's my chew toy?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Now-
That's the problem. And a lot of guys come in with a culture. Their
It's
culture,
crazy.
The culture is like, your woman, your wife has to be this pure virginal human, which I don't believe in.
Madonna
And
complex.
That bullshit. But at the end of the day, you want a whore, right? And so you're not going to marry a whore.
A lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed.
All that,
Ludicrous.
all that bullshit, right?
Use a hoe.
The biggest problem is that it's all, you're already into a relationship. You're entering into a relationship with it's all a lie.
You know what the
That's
problem
a
is?
human being.
You know what the problem is? We're not entering the relationship. Our subconscious is. And the problem isn't that we didn't get to know our wife or our husband. The problem is we didn't get to understand the way we see the world. And that's why I believe in this. You can't love somebody else until you love yourself. But that's not just some foo-foo shit. It's because you can't love yourself until you understand yourself. We need intention. And without it, we're just fucking animals riding blind.
How do you get to understand yourself?
Asking questions all the time. Why do I feel that way? Without having the pressure of needing to be able to zoom in close enough. But to know, why am I, even asking the question, buddy, I say it all the time. Answers are easy, questions are hard.
The great Joe Rogan said something to me one time I never forgot.
Joe Rogan from the podcast guy.
The guy who's a podcaster.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge.
He's a comic, he's a podcaster, he's a martial artist, he's a hunter.
In that order?
The great Joe Rogan, yes. I'll hip you to his podcast. It's called the JRE.
I'm familiar with it.
And he said to me one time,
Could you do it in his voice?
no, I'm not good at the Joe Rogan impression, even though I know him so well. I've known him 30 years.
Could you do it in his energy?
He said he's more alpha than me. He said he was talking about relationships, and he said, I don't have any interest in ever controlling anybody's behavior that I'm in a relationship with. I will never try to control your behavior. Whether it's his wife, whether it's his girlfriend, whatever it was, and I never forgot that. I went, wow, that takes a lot of pressure off. Like, I don't want to control your behavior. And then I took that with me. Like, whether it's my wife or I never would try to control her behavior. I don't want her to lie to me. I don't want her to present a character, like a virginal character, an automaton, like a woman who treats my masculinity as if it's some kind of like Fabergé egg.
What's
Get
an
the
automaton?
fuck out of here. An automaton is like just almost like a robot who does your bidding. All of that's a lie. These men, so the manosphere that wants a woman who's going to make you a sandwich and shut the fuck up, all that stuff, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not what you want, and here's why you don't want it. First of all, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The virgin you're looking for doesn't exist. The woman who's pure of heart doesn't exist. She's a human being she's a spectrum. She's got a sinner and a saint in her and everything else in between. Because so do you fucking idiot, okay? Second of all, here's the other problem. Yeah, I'm treating you like you're one. But that whole relationship's a lie, and you don't want it because as you get older, you realize that shit will get hard in your life no matter who you are. You will be faced with major challenges, and you don't want to go through that shit alone. You want to be able to look to a partner and be like, hey, I don't know what to do here. I might need you. And you want somebody who's strong and intelligent. You want somebody who's been through some shit. And you're not your past. Oh, that's the other thing. You ain't your body count. Hello? $1 million? Call me when you're serious. Sorry.
What was that for?
It was for me. That's how I start every negotiation.
But I'm saying, what was it negotiating for?
They want me to fucking do an appearance.
For $1 million? What's the appearance?
It's like a big thing in Dubai. Why'd you do that? Anyway,
I was on a.
I was on a rant.
You go ahead.
You should have music. You should overlay music when I start dropping crazy pearls
Buddy,
of
you
wisdom.
must not watch my podcast
Okay. Why do you say that?
because we always put music under when people drop pearls of wisdom.
Good.
And we actually play Oasis's Pearls of Wisdom.
Good. It's my favorite song. Pearls of wisdom, pearls of wisdom. That's what you have to get out of life, you know.
You know, pearls aren't created within a clam.
Yeah, they are.
No,
How do you know?
because pearls
Yeah.
are a man-made illusion that were created by the marketing campaigns of Tiffany & Co. in 1938. And before pearls were jewelry, they were just a byproduct of waste.
I love your random knowledge because I'm into that stuff too. You're a little bit of an FYI machine and I appreciate it.
You're a
Now-
little bit of an FYC machine from what I hear.
What is a C?
For your consideration because of all the work that you've done. Now, I made up that pearl thing just now.
You did.
I did. But that's the thing.
I'm going to use it.
It's all made up, man.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Think of any number, multiply it by 2.
Okay.
Now it's twice as much. But if you thought of that number originally, that would have been just 1x. You go to
Yeah.
a store and you see these pants for $30. You go, that's a cheap pair of pants. You go to a store and say, these pants are $500. They're giving away 2 pairs of pants because they want people to be able to wear them around. They're doing some campaign. They can't do it for free because they're trying to cover the cost of the employees, but these are only $30. You're going to buy them.
If I see a pair of pants that are $500, they better have been made on a shuffle loom.
They
And
were.
it better be Japanese denim. And that dye better be indigo. Okay? Not fucking blue.
Why?
Not black, but fucking indigo.
But if all the other things were true, but the dye was blue and the pants are awesome,
Get the fuck out of here.
but those $500 pants are on sale for $30.
I'll buy them.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
My mom sometimes gets stuff, and instead of telling me what value the thing has to offer, which she does say, but she often would let me know the deal that she got on it. This was only this much.
My mother does that.
Shout out to Davis Bakery in Cleveland, Ohio. One of the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. The secret, I'm sorry if I'm putting this out there, I think is a little bit of almond flour.
Really?
Yes.
You think that's the secret? I don't think you're right about that. I don't think we eat cookies for their almond flour. And I resent that that's what you think is the magic
Maybe it's not
ingredient.
almond flour. It's an almond flavor. There's an
Oh.
almond flavor. Whatever it is, it's almondy in a way that you
Really?
don't taste in a chocolate chip cookie. It's really,
And there
really
are
good.
no almonds in there.
I don't know. I'm sure there's got to be some almond something. That's why I mistakenly suggested
So it
almond
was
flour.
the almond taste you like.
I mean, you go to a place that has a great burger and they have fried onions on top, and you talk about the fried onions. I don't mean to take away from the burger itself. But it
I
was-
know, but it's a chocolate chip cookie.
With
So
an
when I
al-
eat a chocolate chip cookie, I'm thinking of chocolate. I'm not thinking of almonds.
That's what I'm saying. There's some. It's a distinguishing flavor profile in this cookie that isn't
Yeah.
exclusive to this bakery, but it is something where I recognize and what is this? What is this? And I realize, oh, it's almonds. It's good.
Yeah.
Not the point. The point is, if you buy a dozen, you get a half a dozen free.
Oh.
12 cookies gets you 18 cookies.
Yeah.
11 cookies gets you 11 cookies.
Oh.
So if you were to have 11 cookies, buy 12, get the 18.
Yeah.
My thought isn't how much are these cookies going to cost. My thought is what's the cost of eating all these cookies? So if I have 18 cookies at home, I'm eating 14 cookies. My
You
dad
do?
will eat 4. Like that.
So you can do that. I can eat one cookie and I go, ooh.
Yeah.
And I'm
29.
same way with alcohol. I
I'm
can
sure
do all
it'll
that.
change.
What do you mean?
As I get older, I'm sure it'll change.
Yeah.
But I could open a bag of chips that's a little travel bag
Yeah.
or a full bag. I'm not eating an X amount of chips. I'm eating X amount of bags. I'm going to
Really?
finish the bag.
So here's a chocolate cake. When do you
maybe not a.
when do you reach your saturation point?
Pain.
Like
Pain.
really?
Unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I love Toll House cookie dough and I love Toll House cookies. Okay. I'm talking about butter. I'm talking about brown sugar. I'm talking about regular sugar.
Yeah.
I'm talking about vanilla extract. I'm talking about whipping that shit up and then putting those chocolate
You're
chips in there.
adding in the sugar and the extract, or are you saying that's what's in the Toll
I'm
House
just saying that's the
cookies?
whole thing. It's a
Okay.
Toll House. There's nothing like Toll House chocolate chips. Okay. The problem is I'll eat 2 large tablespoons and then I feel sick.
You're right. Well, that's your stopping point.
Yeah. But
So do you eat the 2?
That takes you 14 cookies.
It depends on the cookie. Wow.
By the way, go to tollhouse.com/TYSO to get 15% off your first order plus free shipping. Put up the lower third during this. I love treats.
You do.
I do. And the problem is I'll eat them. So the
Give me
trick
treats.
is,
give me your five top favorite treats.
in no particular order.
Yeah, no particular
apple
order.
fritters and
Apple fritters?
and maple glazed French
Donuts?
crawlers.
Well, have you had the ones at Sidecar? The maple
Yes.
glaze? Jesus, they're so good.
Go to sidecar.com/TYSO for 15 years. Not your first thing. Put up the lower third.
God, you have so many sponsors. Sidecar donuts are so fucking
Donuts
good.
are so good. And here's a hot
Donuts
take.
are so good.
Here's a hot take. Talk about donuts.
I love
People talk about
donuts.
donuts. They go, no, you got to go to this place. You got to go to this
Yeah,
place.
fuck off.
Dude, what you're selling me is on your ego, not on the donut.
Agreed.
Because if this donut was
Agreed.
made within 24
I fucking
hours,
agree. That the
it's
same
incredible.
thing with wings and pizza. Go fuck yourself.
I don't agree with pizza, but I respect
No,
your
there's some
opinion.
great pizzas.
There's the delta on
There's big delta,
pizzas
big delta,
is big
big delta.
difference.
That's fair.
A donut,
Big delta.
you're talking a difference
Yeah, yeah.
between a 9 and a 9.5.
Well, Voodoo Donuts, they've got that big
Voodoo Donuts
doughy
apple
shit.
fritter is so good.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
It's so good. I had one not even a week ago.
Yeah.
In fact, I was with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and I just went to see Project Hail Mary. Okay, did you know that there's only, I'm getting back, this matters.
Yeah.
There's only 19 theaters in the country that have a proper IMAX screen.
God. What?
One of them in Los Angeles is near Voodoo Donuts. I saw Project Hail Mary with a good friend of ours, I believe, of mine at least, Eric Griffin.
Love Eric
Fantastic movie.
Love Eric.
Walked out, wanted to get some Voodoo Donuts because I'm there and I love their apple fritter.
Yeah.
There was enough of a line to where I decided I don't have the L-theanine in me,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I didn't want to wait in that line.
Yeah.
Put it the lower third, Magic Mind.
Magic Mind.
However, I thought to myself, let me use this as a sign to not get the donuts. I don't need this. So I left. Seed was planted, friend. I get home, a friend of mine is over. I really want it. Instead of just getting 1 or 2 apple fritters there, I decided to order delivery.
Yeah.
And when you're ordering delivery,
I
you're having
know.
fun.
Yeah.
I got 6 donuts. And
Yeah.
some of the donuts are very, very big.
And I know this feeling where you get it in your head and it's the only thing you can think of. It just is. I have to have the
It's truly
maple glazed crawlers.
we falsely feel it's a need. It really goes into your brain as it's something you need.
Just hold that for a sec. You know what I do with those now? You know what I do? I sit with that need and watch it dissipate. I get really interested in it. It's a form of meditation. I'll literally key into the craving and I watch myself go through the craving. Like I literally will isolate the physical phenomenon that's going on in my body for the craving. And what happens is I watch it kind of dissipate into something else.
That's
keep going.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Yeah.
I have a version of that isn't as successful. Is I have a conversation with Rick in 10 minutes or Rick tonight or Rick tomorrow. And I try to
that's
talk
good
to
too,
him.
though.
And I try to say, hey, buddy, here's what I want to do. And I try to have, what will he say back? And I've been in this situation enough to know how I'll feel.
I'm going to ask you a profound question now.
What question?
Okay, a profound question. That's a very interesting thing you do because guess what? Someone is talking to Rick. Someone is talking to Rick right now. And that would be a witness to Rick. That's the witness to Rick.
You're saying the future Rick is witnessing Rick.
Yes. And the future Rick is not future. The future Rick is right here.
But he's not, but he doesn't have the same mindset right now.
Yes, right. But the future, the Rick here is watching the Rick now and going, hey, I know what's I'm watching your physical body, I'm watching your psyche, and I'm watching your emotional body. I'm watching you go through a craving.
I get what you're saying. It's by what you were saying then, basically.
Yeah. And you are, that is the beginning of what's called meditation, of mindfulness, of consciousness, of the idea that this avatar that goes through all these sensations is not you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do a really weird thing? Watch. So you're listening to me, right? Where's Rick?
Pete Holmes just did this with me. This
Really?
what meditation is?
Well, the idea would be,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, but the idea is the self, yourself that you call Rick.
Do it again.
Rick is the guy who there's a Bryan Callen. There's a the beginning and end to Bryan Callen. I protect these dimensions, my cubic space. There are borders to Bryan Callen. He has all these ideas of who he is, what he will do, what he won't do, what sets him off, what makes him happy, all that stuff. Okay, that whole thing might just be the avatar that I can observe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who is me? So where are you hearing me from? Where are you seeing me from? Where is the seat of your attention right now? Where are you? Behind your face? Try to locate yourself. Try to locate where Rick Glassman, whoever that is. And what about this guy, Rick Glassman? Try to locate who that person is. Where is the witness that can witness you right now going through all the physiology and listening to me is? Where is that person?
Is it only one person?
It might be that the self is an illusion. It might be that this self we protect with tooth and nail is an illusion, or at least not the real you.
That is maybe either something that is outside of my pay grade at the moment.
No, it's not, because you do it. It's not.
The idea of
you know why you're saying that?
Being an illusion.
No, you're only saying that because in your mind right now you went, "Ooh, that would take a long time for me to get to understand."
What I'm feeling is I don't agree with that, and what I'm also feeling is I don't agree with something that I don't fully understand, so I can't make that choice that it's wrong. Just that I don't subscribe to it at least yet.
But can you conceive of the idea that you could actually? So say you got scared right now or angry, right? You can conceive of the fact that you can sort of step back and watch your body go through.
Yes.
You're a cloud of sensation.
I feel that way.
Can you feel that if you close your eyes?
When I'm having negative thoughts and feelings, I do recognize that it's, I think of it as like when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Some people aren't aware that they're drunk, and some people are aware that they're drunk. Their body and the chemicals are still feeling this thing.
Yeah.
But you're able to have that voice to say, "Oh, this is what's happening at this moment. This isn't a definition
Yeah.
of things." That's the closest I could get to that. So
But that's the beginning. So it's the beginning of something. You can observe yourself. Where can I pee? I have to pee out of my huge dick.
Bathroom's over there.
All right.
Now, question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the idea of you having a huge dick is an illusion? Is that kind of what you're saying?
It's just out of proportion with my body. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was a little more demure and not so.
Now you have no wishes left. You have a smaller dick, and you made a pun, and there's pigeons. They're some of the best blueberries I've ever had.
Really?
Are you comfortable taking 2 out of my hand just to try them?
Fuck yeah.
Am I lying?
Those blueberries have something to say.
Yeah. And I'm listening.
You said something that moved me.
Are you comfortable
I
sitting
saw
on
a
your phone?
clip of you and it moved me. I think
Is
you
that
said,
why you went to Austin, you're saying?
No, that's not why. No, but it moved me emotionally. You know what it was?
I don't. And there's just a lot of clips and stuff
Well,
on
you
this
said
podcast.
that you realized you were autistic, and that's why you didn't have any relationships.
It's not. That's a little bit out of context.
Okay.
One, it wasn't. It was a proper diagnosis, and patterns of my life that seemed unrelated, as I understood the way my mind works better, started to become patterns as opposed to, things that happened in my life that seemed unrelated. Not things that happened to me, just experiences and memories I have. I recognize patterns too. And one of them was that I have a joke in my act where I talk about I came into some self-awareness about 8 years ago, and I realized I didn't have many friends growing up, and I never knew that as a kid. I just thought everybody was busy all the time. And because when people, and that's not particular to autism, that's just, hey, I can't do anything today. My
That's a
mom won't let me
heartbreak
up.
to me.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
It was for a bit. When I started learning about stuff, I started to feel really, I don't know if this is the best language to say, but bad for myself. Like I felt sad for my younger me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I do too.
but I have new perspective of that, which is I understand all of it.
Yeah.
I understand why I was that way because I lacked awareness. So I understand, like kids, I wanted to do stuff. And when I want to do something, that meant you wanted to do something.
Yeah.
That's wrong. But in my mind, you're thinking what I'm thinking. So if I'm thinking this, that's classic projection, but it's much more exaggerated because like I liked wrestling. I wanted to wrestle. If you and I were friends when we were kids, there's a decent chance that we would hit it off. So we would wrestle. Mm-hmm. A lot of kids don't want to wrestle. But when kids would say, I don't want to wrestle, or I like boxing, I don't want to box. In my head, I was hearing like,
I know it's scary until you get hit the first time and then it's fun. It's scary. I know, I don't want to wrestle either, but like I've done it enough to where it's like, yes, I do. It's just scary. They're not saying I don't want to do something. They're saying in my head, I'm scared. Please convince me, make me, push me, because that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't know if that's autism. I just think
it's not autism. I'm saying that's why I don't I don't like talking about it too much. It's out of context. The one thing that was related to that was my lack of picking up on social cues and taking things very literally. And
you did
where those they would mix.
I never got that from you.
I was very different as a kid.
Yeah,
very different as a kid.
But you're also really intelligent, so maybe you figured out how to navigate that
by asking questions constantly.
Really?
By asking people, why do you feel that way? How do you feel that way? When I do this, I still, if I'm in I am looking for a partner, and I'm a single man, and I have found myself in situations more recently in the past year or so, where I've allowed myself to have sex with people. I've had sex with people before, but like I've been in situations where it's like, I normally wouldn't have sex with this person. But like afterwards, I'm thinking, that would have been cool. This person's attractive. This person liked me. I like them enough. I know I'm not going to be in a relationship with them. We're not even living in the same town, whatever it is. And I've allowed myself to do it because this is so silly and maybe I'm revealing too much. I don't talk about this stuff much. But like, why am I not? I have an idea of why I'm not. And I know at least in part it's fear-based. I'm scared to do this thing.
What are you scared about? Acceptance or?
Well, having sex with somebody that I don't really know, a couple of things.
You might be rejected?
Maybe, but that's
awkward,
not really it.
yeah.
No, it's in no particular order. The dangers of sex that you don't really know. I'm still wearing a condom, but still like, you don't know. There is when I wear a condom, it's not too infrequent that I'll go soft.
Yeah.
Do I feel safe enough with this person and comfortable enough with this person where I can have a conversation and say, hey, I go soft in condoms sometimes. Well, I have to take the condom off and talk a little bit or make out or whatever. Like,
yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I get it.
I have had sex with people that like, and afterwards we went our separate ways and it just doesn't feel good. Is this somebody that I like enough to want to at least like, are we hanging out today? Are we watching something? Whatever it is. Does this person think that by us having sex, is there going to be a bonding moment for them where they are expecting something? And if I tell them I'm not interested in that, do they believe me? Are they capable of believing me? There's so many things where it's just like, it's noise.
It's dangerous.
It's noise.
Yeah.
And because of that noise, there have been experiences that I didn't have that looking back, I'm like, oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
It's not specifically sex, but it's intimacy in those ways, right? So I've been like allowing myself in some situations to do stuff that just was outside of my comfort zone. And afterwards, I really feel like it would make great podcasts. And it's not a conscious, at least it wasn't a conscious decision in the moment. I'm very curious after sex. And we have sex and like I will have 45-minute conversation with a person. Not this specific, but why did you have sex with me? When did you realize you wanted to have sex with me? How do you feel now after having sex with me? What do you feel like if we continue talking? What would you feel like if we didn't continue talking? And I have gotten so much information out of that where I realized, oh, I'm okay doing this now if I want to. I just oftentimes don't want to.
You need information because I would say a lot of things are intuitive and you can't explain them. And I think you should be open to that too. So I said to my father said something really cool. He's been married to my mother for 50, 60 years. And he said, I don't know why I love your mother. I can tell you what her qualities are. I can tell her when she's got great qualities. That's not what I'm in love with. He said, I don't know what I'm in love with. I was thinking about that with my wife. I can tell you like what I admire about my wife. I think she's strong and smart and all that. But I don't know why she's the one I love. You know what I mean? Like because it's intuitive. It's not rational and it's maybe beyond explanation, which is another way of saying it's beyond measurement. But
what you're talking about are your feelings. You're not talking about. If you said, I don't know why my wife loves me, I think it's a very different.
No, I said I'm why I love my wife, right?
Right. But what I'm talking about is understanding how other people feel.
Oh, yeah, man.
And that's not intuitive to me without questions.
Well, for me, I'm always just amazed at why somebody would love me. I've always been that guy who's like, you love me? You're attracted to me? It made no sense. Like I would never be attracted to me because part of like my thing is I've always had a healthy dose of self-loathing. It's probably one of the reasons I'm a comic. It might be the reason we're all comics, in some ways.
It might be an unlikable truth to reveal. I love me. And when people like me, I truly think, of course. I'm not saying they
there's
need
also
to.
part of that in all of us too, right? To be a performer, to be somebody who continues to go on, you have to know in your mind that you are special or you feel special or,
I'm
I just
talking
gotta
about
get
an
the right
intimate
thing.
relationship. Like, why would somebody love me? I know that's a thing. People are like, I'm unlovable. Is that a thing? Like, I know, like, I've done some
I know what you're
EMDR,
saying.
and that's like, what are some of the feelings you connect with? And that's always on that list. And I'm like, I just don't connect to that one.
That's interesting. Yeah. But I never found you awkward. I always thought the first thing I noticed about you when I got to know you is your capacity for play. Your love for play and being silly, which I love. That's my language.
I told you, I could tell we would have been friends as kids.
Yes, because that's an intimacy.
100%. That not everybody shares.
No, it's a language that if you don't know that language, and you and I fell into it immediately.
Mm-hmm. I remember, I don't know if it was the first time, but I do remember a long time ago on the patio at the Comedy Store.
Yes,
'Cause
that's
I knew
exactly
who
when
you
it was.
were. I don't think you knew who I was.
Right.
And we played as if we both knew each other.
Right.
And I immediately was like, I'm so
fell
glad that's what it
right
was.
into it.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, this fucking guy gets it.
That's probably 15 years ago.
That's right.
Jesus,
And-
I was 14.
Isn't that crazy? You were,
Because I remember, because they
don't
wouldn't
know
let
if
me
you-
inside. That's why I was on the patio.
I don't remember.
I wasn't allowed inside
yeah,
yet.
no, you were inside. So and you were about your height. So that's,
I
how
was
tall-
not in
how tall were you?
6'3".
Yeah. And you were 6'3" at 14.
There's no way. I was tall, though, when I was younger.
Yeah. I just don't think you were 14.
I was.
I don't think you're 30. I think you're a little older. I mean, I could look it up.
Look it up.
Hello? $2 million? Call me when you're serious. So that's twice.
I once had an offer for a commercial where it was like a campaign they offered me.
Yeah.
And they offered me $100,000 for 10 commercials. Now, for people at home who think that's a lot of money, you're right. And $10,000 a commercial is still nice to do. But they asked me that after having done 2 commercials for them, where I was paid $50,000 a commercial, just for scale. Okay. My lawyer went back and said $1.25 million for 1 commercial.
Okay.
He told me that after it happened. And I said to him, hey man, what are you doing? Of course, I would love to have $1.25 million.
Right.
They're not going to pay that. Do you want me to wait until you're done with that?
No, I'm listening.
But I'm going to, let me rephrase. I'm going to wait until you're done being on your phone.
Well, because I want to see how old Rick Glassman is. And it's very convenient that my phone isn't working here.
It's funny because you just got 2 phone calls. So what did you see that's making you feel like it's not working now?
Well, no, my calls go through.
Well, then get off Wi-Fi and be on cellular. In fact, you're not on the Wi-Fi, so it should work.
Well, it's not. I'm asking how old Rick Glassman is.
Okay. Can I tell you the story?
I spelled it Wick Glassman. Yeah, go ahead.
Long story short, they went back and forth for a little bit, and I lost. I would have done it in a second.
Fuck.
And I lost it. And I think it ended up being $200. They offered $250,000 for 5 commercials, which would have been probably a few days of work.
I would have lost my mind on my agent.
I was.
That's when you have to go, hey, don't fucking lose this for me.
He did. I wasn't part of it until the end, which was his learning lesson that I want to be CC'd on these things now.
Dude, I would go crazy.
Dude.
Fuck.
Anyway, what was making me think of this? What were we just talking about? There was something.
About relationships, age.
It was around the age. It was something with. There was a reason I brought this up.
Wait. Because this was an important conversation.
We were talking about meeting outside, play.
Yeah, when we met outside, you said you were 14. I
no
said you're
reason.
older.
Yeah, but then I brought up this commercial.
You brought
for
up
some
this
reason.
commercial. Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Maybe we'd edit it out or we leave it in.
Well, we do it. It doesn't matter.
There's a reason.
But
the play.
Yeah, the play is a form of intimacy. We would have been friends when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you said, and it's true because because that's something most people don't speak, and you go, oh shit, that's a good language right there. Let's do this.
Some people don't speak it. Some people speak it and reserve it for special occasions. Those are the more difficult for me to connect to because you could teach somebody a language
if they have the capability of learning.
Yeah.
But people that already know the language and decide it's not for them is tough.
Well, there's some people that, my friend's a theoretical mathematician, and
Well,
they have that language. Like,
You're saying that like he really likes math and theoretically he's a mathematician?
okay, I'm glad you asked. No, theoretical math is theorems, and it's like asking questions that you don't even know are real questions until you prove them with the equation.
Which you cannot get an answer if you
Don't
have a question.
have a question,
That's what I'm saying.
right?
So I'm a theoretical
And you were
mathematician.
talking about the fact that you are constantly asking questions, and I was saying that some things are intuitive and beyond measure.
But
So information has its limits.
yes. However, what's intuitive for some isn't as intuitive for others.
Right.
And I lacked a lot of intuition that a lot of my peers had.
You did?
Very much.
Yeah. Do you think you still do?
No, I think in a sense where if I don't follow the patterns and the observations that I've learned,
Mhm.
then another. So your
No.
phone is working.
Yeah.
So you probably saw my age and you didn't want to admit that you were wrong. Whatever. I have learned. So if I were to forget what I've learned, just picking up on stuff, like I'll see somebody checking their phone, for example.
Yeah.
And in my mind, oh, their phone's ringing. But I also know here, check in, your, what is it called in a video game when you get like an expansion pack?
Yeah.
I have this expansion pack. Sometimes people check their phone because they're bored or they're queuing to me that they want to say subject or that they want to leave. I then will know that and check what's on the phone. If they do it multiple times, I see a call's actually coming.
Mhm.
Is it something where if I'm unsure, I'll then have the forethought to say, is this conversation bothering you? Or you could take the phone or we could call it if you
That's
want.
so interesting.
Because another thing that I've
because
learned is...
you're nervous about your impact. You're nervous about I see. You're nervous that you're not reading cues, and so now you're hyper reading cues.
I don't know if nervous is the right word,
Yeah.
but we don't need to...
Right,
I'm
but-
aware and sensitive. I'm sensitive to
Sensitive is
it.
better.
Because I'm aware it exists and I don't know what it is, right? So like if you hear loud noises outside and it's 4th of July and your intuition could tell that those are fireworks, you're not going to be... You could move on. If I hear those loud noises outside and I don't know what they are and I can't pick up on it, even if I'm okay, I'm now a little distracted.
So that's an idiosyncrasy, but it's got to get in the way of your relationships, doesn't it?
Well, yes. And it's a double-edged sword, I found. When I meet people, friendships included, where there's strong compatibility, one of those reasons that strong compatibility exists is because shorthand develops and we could calibrate with one another. So like I could be dating somebody and the first month is probably difficult for them. And if I'm able to communicate in a way where they feel it's worth sticking around with me, we go and the same vice versa. Like we are compatible. We'll come out the other side after a month where we see each other in a way where it's not anymore. I really want to find a way of articulating this without being too long-winded with examples, but like you need to sit on that blanket because I don't like outdoor clothes on my indoor couch.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. Yeah.
It's an OCD of mine. And it could be a burden for you, right? Every time I come to Rick's house, I have to take off my shoes. I have to wash my hands, which I don't make people do anymore. I have to sit on a blanket. There's certain shit. I don't know what to touch. I want him to feel safe, but like I'm walking on eggshells. I don't know what's okay. You start to ask questions. Could I open your fridge? Is it okay if I have one of these blueberries? Do you want to plate this food for me? And it becomes exhausting, right? And it is exhausting. It's exhausting for me.
It's also unmanageable with children.
Yes, agreed. I have grown. I know I will continue to grow. I'm excited for that. The dog is I wipe my dog's paws every time he comes in, but when I don't wipe his body all the time. Like I've gotten better and I'm getting better. There are some things that I've accepted that this is kind of what it is, and I have weak points,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with this, and I need somebody else to be. But for this example, once I'm in a relationship with somebody and they see me and they respect me enough and they will sit on the blanket or they will change into their indoor clothes, and I see that in them and they understand me, it becomes then easier to be, and this isn't their job, but I do want somebody who could help me. And I want to be of value to somebody. And when I know somebody respects me and sees me and they change their clothes or they sit on the blanket or whatever, and then sometimes they're either too tired to do it or I went outside, but I didn't sit on anything. It's fine. They sit on the couch. My thought isn't going to be, get off, get off, get off. Initially it is, like the kid in me still feels that way. But there is this thing that happens to me where it's like, I know this person knows what's best for me. I know this person considers the way I see things, and they still chose to do that. Maybe it's okay. And that's a
lot of thinking.
Buddy, it's exhausting.
It's got to be exhausting.
But a lot of it is shorthand. A lot of it is fast. Yeah. A lot of it is recognizing.
But I can see you going through all these machinations, which is a form of like almost Asperger's, in a way. Like just having to go through analyzing every situation and your
like
impact,
a mother
how
with the outlets. I'm making a joke in a way.
But it's true.
But it's
actually true. That's a very good point.
It's exhausting. And it's become, so is learning a language. But I now have a better understanding of a lot of these things and how I could be better and how I don't have to be a burden. But this started off with being able to communicate with other people and you checking your phone and what that means and asking questions. And something I've learned is I do not pick up on social cues intuitively without my expansion packs. However, I'm aware of that. And a lot of people aren't aware.
Because you're intelligent. I mean, you're almost like, that's really interesting.
Let me finish this one part, please.
Yeah.
There's a world where you're checking your phone and it's a compulsion of your own and you're not conscious of the fact that you are bored or you are or whatever it might be. So even if you know how you're feeling, some people wouldn't feel safe enough to communicate it. But even if you did feel safe enough, you'd have to be in touch with your feelings. So what I think and I'll call this a superpower is, as much as I talk way too much and tend to overcommunicate some of those times, I will check in with other people, and I believe that you will be more in touch with how you're feeling if you hang out with me. Because I'm not asking to make you better. I mean, I'm not that selfless. It's not that. I'm trying to understand something that you maybe never questioned. So when you do say, sorry, I do keep checking my phone. I'm not, I guess I'm just a little distracted. Oh, is this conversation boring? I mean, I don't know. It's not boring. It's okay if it's boring. Let's move on to something else. Now, that took a long time to do, but the next time, or at least 2 times after, we could be in something and you'll feel safe enough to say, Rick, this conversation is a little boring. Could we move on to something else? Yeah. And I'm going to say, thank you for telling me.
Right.
And it becomes easier.
And you do that. You find that has to be almost a training process with somebody you're in a relationship with.
I think it's a training process in just communication, because by design, communication is me having thoughts, some of which are conscious, many of which aren't. Yeah. I then say it in the words that I have. It's then encoded, and then your brain decodes it into the way you receive it. How clear was I? It's like when you talk to ChatGPT or any of these things, like how specific are you? When you say I'm picturing what a dog looks like, you might be picturing something completely different. I have to trust that you either know what I'm saying or that you're going to ask follow-up questions. Right. And if you don't ask follow-up questions and you don't understand me, we don't really see each other.
So what is the when you have a breakup, you've been in relationships and they haven't lasted, what do you think is the kind of final thing that causes the rift?
I could make something up. I don't at the moment, I don't believe there's a final thing. I think one of 2 things at least are the big components, one of which is realizing that this is not a person that you want to have a life with.
Yeah.
And that might not be for any negative reasons. That might be compatibility.
Yes.
The other is resentments.
Really?
And
that's interesting. That happens, right?
That happens in every relationship.
Yeah, it's a weird power thing, right? You sleep more than I do. You get in these weird competitions.
It depends on what it is. I don't think resentments are necessarily built for the action or inaction. I think it's for the lack of acknowledgement of them. Right? So like I could give you an example with a friend of mine. This was years ago, and it was the first times I became conscious of this, and like, oh, it's my responsibility to not be resentful of this person. It's not his fault. I at the time was making more money than this person. In fact, I at the time I was on a TV show, and this person didn't really this person wasn't making much money. Okay, it's relevant.
we would go to In-N-Out Burger all the time. We were friends. We were with each other. We always eat In-N-Out Burger. I always paid for it. I never thought about it. It's just whatever. It's not that much money. I'm buying the thing. It wasn't even supporting him. It's just I don't care about buying a couple extra burgers. I just did it over and over again. Then there was a time that I realized he didn't offer. I just didn't realize it before.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Absolutely fair. I didn't say anything because I have money. He doesn't have money.
Right.
I sat on that and I thought to myself, well, he's just feeling XYZ. And I'm realizing whatever he's feeling, at best, it's maybe he's feeling that way. I don't know what he's feeling. I don't know what he's conscious of. I wasn't even conscious of it until just now. So I thought, why am I feeling resentful? And I was feeling like he doesn't offer. He's never offering. Well, he doesn't know that that's important to me. How will he know if I don't tell him? And the next time we got In-N-Out Burger, before we ordered, I said, hey man, I want you to get the burgers this time. Maybe there's a better way of saying it. But I said, I want you to get the burgers this time. And he said, okay. And he got the burgers.
Yeah.
And it immediately dissolved.
Yeah.
He's willing.
That's just because that's honest. You're just being honest.
But I couldn't be if I didn't know I felt that way.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And I think a lot of times we're just like,
you
fucking,
don't know.
Oh, he's always fucking making these jokes. He's always fucking making. I'm not mad at you for making the jokes. I'm mad at you for not reading my mind.
Well, that happened to me recently. I went, what's going on here? And he was going through some crazy shit, a friend of mine. A buddy of mine had a restaurant in St. Bart's. And when you walked in there, I'd never been, but like his clientele was crazy. Like you'd walk in and be like, oh, there's Bono and there's
Kathy Bates.
That billionaire. It was billionaires. It was like, that guy owns Oracle, or, it'd be like the biggest people. And they would be there on their family vacation, and you'd have somebody like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, Bill Gates or someone like that crazy. And they'd have like their extended family. There'd be 15 people. And they would spend a fortune at those restaurants. Like they'd buy, the bills would be $100,000 sometimes because they get these crazy wines. I mean, it was nuts, right? So he was making a lot of money. And he, once a year or whatever, maybe at the end of the season, somebody would spend a fortune and he would come up to the guy and just say, it's on the house. And the billionaire would go, what? And he goes, you come here all the time. This meal's on me. I just want to tell you I appreciate you. And they would look at him and go, no one's ever done that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one's ever. Now it's no money for him. But he goes, no one's ever done that. And it was so shocking. But it was the best business decision because they would always come back.
Of course.
Always tip. It was always like just a sign of respect and an acknowledgement that I'm a human being, that I'm always paying. I'm always the one. And sometimes somebody comes along and goes, hey, dude, I got you this time. Like I see that in you, And I think all of us need that. All of us. But as guys, we're provider protectors. You gotta fucking, I have this whole joke about that. Like, you want to cry? You can't do that. Suffer alone, bitch. I can't call my friends. I can't call a friend and be like, hey, dude, I'm sad. I know it's Thursday at 3.
Is that an age? Is that a generational thing? Or is that also the manosphere culture that you said exists?
I think it's a man thing. You are a little bit different because you're through necessity. You're just different. You're in every good way, by the way. It's one of the reasons you're a comic. But I'm just saying that for the most part, I think we grow up in a culture, in all cultures, men are kind of told complaining, even voicing your pain, your anxieties, your depressions, your confusion, your worry is bitch mode, is weak, is beta, all those things that are put on us. And part of it's because women tend to be more attracted to the guy who is presenting as the problem solver, the provider, the protector, the man with the answers.
Maybe I'm being too logical, but are those two things mutually exclusive?
Well, one is a lie. So what we do as men is we go, so again, as my joke is like, when I do this joke on stage, I'll be like, I can't call my friends in the middle of the day and be like, hey dude, can you talk? I'm sad. Because they'll go, you got the wrong number, pussy, and hang up. Ha ha ha, everybody laughs. And they laugh because it's familiar to them. The one thing that guys and girls light up, especially guys, is when I start talking about emotions with men and they just go, I'm here for this. Because somebody, and they look at their wives or they look at their girlfriends and they go, see, that's what I deal with. I can't tell anybody, like as a man, wake up and say, I got all the answers and today's a good day to die. Even if, inside
and
you're like,
run.
Ah! right? But that pressure cannot be underestimated. That need to take that, because I want to cry. You want to cry? Good. Turn that shit to rage or humor, bitch, because we don't have time right now. And that is so real for men in pretty much every society. I wouldn't blame it on American, but we got to go. We got to move.
I know that's the thing, and I hear people talk about it, and it makes sense. I connect to it zero.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I'm saying you do.
My dad worked 7 days a week until COVID, when he started working 6 days a week. He just retired at 72. And
what does he do? What's he do?
He was in the restaurant business, and then he was in the carpet flooring business.
And you grew up where?
Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah.
And any movie that we watch where there's some heart toward the end,
yeah,
I'll look over at my dad and he's doing this.
Okay, now you're Jewish.
Yes, we love to complain as well.
No, but also masculinity
language
in the Jewish culture is a little bit different. There isn't the pressure. To be Jewish is, I mean, Moses complained to God, for God's sake. Don't, he really did. He was like, what are you doing? We're out in the desert. We're starving. They're all mad, and God would complain to Moses about the Israelites. There is this.
Tell them to get in line now.
Part of that is almost debate. Part of that is like, I'm not going to settle for this. It's like constantly fighting, constantly debating. That's a thing. That's sort of like, that's literally a cultural phenomenon. Okay. And has a lot of strengths to it, Therapy, it's not an accident that Freud, the father of subconscious, was Jewish. It's not a coincidence that a lot of the fathers of modern day psychology, the notion of the subconscious and things, came out of Jewish minds. Goes back to the Old Testament.
Do you think it's because their back hurt too much to go hunting, so they had to figure something else out?
That might be what it was.
I don't know if I can really do this, but I have some thoughts.
Always being kicked out of the country. Let's get our stuff. Let's move.
Always getting kicked out of what country? I'm just curious.
Every country there was.
What was one of the earlier ones that they were kicked out of?
England, for example.
Even before that.
When Shakespeare wrote The Merchant of Venice, the Jews had been kicked out of England way before that. He had never met a Jew. So when you read The Merchant of Venice, he's Shylock. He wants his pound of flesh. It's very stereotypical.
Shylock, I don't know what that means. Doesn't that mean Irish?
A Shylock means a Shylock.
It's not a derogatory term for something.
It's a very derogatory
for
term.
Irish.
And it's for Jews.
Why am I thinking lock? What am I thinking? I'm thinking of shamrock.
Yeah, shamrock's different. That's for good luck. Shylock
I thought it was
is someone who loans you money and then has you over a barrel.
Shylock,
loan shark. Maybe. I don't know. But
because loan shark,
a loan shark's a little
literal.
different, because a loan shark is like, I'll break your thumbs. That's more of an Italian thing. A Shylock would be somebody who remember, in The Merchant of Venice with Shakespeare, you love Shakespeare. He says, I want a pound of flesh if you can't pay me back. A pound of your flesh. Take it anywhere you want on your body, but I need a pound of it. Think about how fucking... where am I going to take a pound of flesh?
Is that why a lot of Jews also got into the practice of liposuction and being plastic surgeons?
No, that's because they're an innovative people.
But they take literally pounds of fat from
yes,
people.
But I think that's a stretch, and I'm going to say no.
They care stretch marks as well. Yeah, you're making the same argument.
See, again, no. I think let's hold that.
Am I saying that, am I being too on the nose?
I think you're being too literal.
We could fix that.
It's good.
Thank you.
It's very good. And I like that you brought me around to that. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to make sure I'm uplifting, like a facelift.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get a facelift eventually. Watch this.
Wait, do it with that on.
Well, this is already a facelift, but yeah. It's gonna change quick. How you doing?
Now do that thing.
And it's just subtle.
Bryan.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, what's up, man?
Isn't that
Sorry,
crazy?
give me 1 sec. Bryan!
Rick, it's right here. I know. Boom. How crazy is that?
What are you waiting for?
I know. And it's just...
So you were anti-peptides, but you're for facelifts. Or are you not anti-peptide? You're just saying how loud it is upsetting to you.
I'm not. I don't do peptides. But
Doesn't show.
Yeah, I know.
Look, he thinks you're me now.
I love your dog.
He thinks you're me.
I love
with
him.
that hair.
I love him so much. He's so cute.
Oh, you know what? The
He's
whistle.
So sweet. Yeah. I have a way with dogs and horses.
Yeah. I remember you talking about your horse stuff. So you're like just a little bit.
No, I'm airing it out. Plus the dog understands. He's really cute, dude. I really like him.
Yeah. He's Jeez, I literally have so many awards. They're falling all over the place.
Dude.
This one broke recently.
Okay.
What is this? Most innovative video podcast.
Okay.
That's the listener's choice. Oh, I also got the judge's choice, most innovative video podcast.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's a lot. All right. Yeah, it's not a competition, but that's fine.
Well, no, it was. And that's a blanketed statement.
Okay, good. Fantastic. I want to see how well you act. You know, I have this show
Oh, yes. You
called Acting Off, and I want you to come and do it in Austin.
Well, if you want to see how well I act, this is just one of the awards from As We See It on Amazon Prime. If you want to check that out,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's an ensemble show. I was first on the call sheet, and it's a brilliant
Really?
show. Drama. As We See It, Amazon Prime.
Okay, so I'm
It's
going to.
about 3 autistic adults living together to find their independence.
Wow.
We all played 25-year-olds, but we did this in 2022.
Okay.
But yes, Acting Off in
What
Austin.
would you like to play? Would you like to play?
I would like to do this Fresh Prince scene.
Let's do something where
answering
I
you.
see a change in your countenance.
Great. Here it is.
Yeah.
The Fresh Prince scene when his father was going to go, they was going to go on the road with his father, and then the father came to tell Uncle Phil that he can't make it, and then
love that scene.
And the father leaves.
I love that scene.
That's what that statue's from.
I love that scene.
So let's do
And
that
he
one.
acts like it's no big deal.
I learned how to shave without him. I learned how to drive without him. I had 14 birthdays. He never even sent me a card. To hell with him.
All right. All right. Okay, ready?
But like I'll do it on your show. I'll save it.
Well, I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you hold. I'd like to see you fight that emotion.
Yeah, great.
I'm gonna
Give me a
you-
scene.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
And
Well, give me something. It doesn't have to be that. We'll save that for your show. Give me a situation and a scene in our relationship.
the scene is, I'll say, son, I can't make it. I'll be on the phone.
No, I don't want to do the Fresh Prince thing. I want to save that for your show.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying give me a different one.
Okay. The different one is you have a rivalry with your brother. You've always been jealous of your brother.
Mm.
He's always been the oak tree, and you've gotten no sunlight ever.
Mm.
I'm going to play your father, and I'm going to say, son, there's a limited amount of money we have. I know you both have dreams of going to college and becoming big doctors, but your brother is just a little bit more, well, he's got more potential, so the money goes to him. And you have to say, it's okay, Dad, I'm happy for my brother.
Mhm.
Thank you for the consideration.
And then
But
we'll
you-
let the
but
scene fold out as it
you're
does.
dying inside.
We'll let the scene fold out as it does because it needs time to evolve.
There you
Go ahead.
Son, this is probably going to be a difficult thing to hear, but we have a limited amount of money here in this family. And I know you both have big dreams of going to college, you and Chase. But
You're going to give him the money. I understand. And I'm happy. That's fine. It is.
I appreciate that, son. I appreciate that.
He has more potential.
He does.
And I'm sure whatever it is that he does,
Well,
at his best is going to be better than mine, right? Is that
well,
fair
we
to
have
say?
a lot of work to do here at the old shop. And I'm sure eventually, if things move in the right direction, there'll be enough money for you to eventually go to college, maybe, or just, stay here and keep doing what you've been doing, which you've been doing a fine job of.
I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to stay with a person that doesn't see potential in me. And I take responsibility for that because I haven't showed it to you. Or I have.
Wow. Scene.
Or I have and you can't see it. I guess I'm curious if you're able to see potential in somebody so well because you're able to see something that doesn't yet exist instead of seeing something that's right in front
Now,
of
son,
you.
you're getting emotional now. I mean, there's no reason to get.
I'm fine. I'm upset because I wanted something, but I'm fine. I'm raising my voice. I feel fine.
Do you?
I'm fine. And it makes sense. He's better. It's fine. Really, I'm happy for him.
Scene. Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
It's
I only
impressive.
did comedy because I know how to be funny.
No, I understand.
But that's not where what I have to offer could move the most.
Yeah. It's very good.
I think selling rugs or doing drama acting.
Yeah. It's very, very good.
Huh?
Yeah. Good stuff. Can we do one more? I want you to warn me about going there. I'll ask you about the Black Forest. And I want you to and no one has asked you about that. So you're doing something over there. And I'll ask you about the Black Forest, and there's terror. There's gotta be terror on your face. And then all you say is, no one comes back. Yeah, don't is good. So you've just got to be kind of moving around. I'll ask you some basic questions first. Are you from around here?
Born and raised.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What do you like about it?
Just we ate over at the tavern over there. That was great food. That quail pie was something else. Yeah. Anyway, we're looking for the Black Forest.
Mm-hmm. Hard to find.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying that. But we're looking for it and just wanted to know if you could help us find it.
Don't go there.
Okay. Want to try it again and give you some direction. You seemed a little casual there. I'd like you to be a little bit more, I'd like you to just stop.
Understood.
And then, hold on. And then I want you to stop. And then I want you to bring your eyes up and catch mine and say, I can't help you. How you doing?
Been better, been worse.
You're right. Great store. Love this. Wonderful antiques. How long you been collecting?
I don't even think of it as collecting as much as just appreciating and curating.
Curating.
Yeah.
Of course.
I guess my whole life.
Your whole life. That's what it looks like. I really appreciate all the, I don't know, you seem to have a real eye for what matters.
I forgot my line.
Oh, I'm going to say, I'm looking for the Black Forest, and you're going to stop.
Us performing to an
You're going to
audience.
stop and look up.
Right?
Right?
I remember that
and
part.
Then, and then you're going to say, no one comes back from there.
Okay, so a different line, I think.
Yeah.
Now.
I don't remember the first line. I liked it, but now there's a different line. All right.
No one comes back from there.
All right. Now it's got to be terror. All right. Anyway, we're here. We're actually looking for the Black Forest. Something wrong?
Nobody comes back from there.
Yeah,
I have a
you
problem
see
with
that?
it. I have a
You
problem.
see
I have
that?
a problem. I have a problem. I'll tell you what the problem
Acting is hard, man.
Very hard.
This is what we get from acting off.
But I have a problem with this, which is nobody comes back from there is a warning. Is a not a first warning.
Yeah.
Nobody comes back from there is
Oh no, I think the line was, I can't help you. I can't help you.
that
with
makes
that.
more sense.
Let's do that.
Because
Let's do that.
I need that. Nobody
Let's-
comes back from there is almost a
Okay.
plea
Yeah.
that has to be earned.
Yeah, I can't.
couldn't
You're right.
connect.
All right, good. I can't help you with that. All right. So
Yeah.
that was very good. I like the look of terror on your
ahead, go
face.
ahead.
Anyway, sorry, got a little cough, a little moldy in here, but it's great. So charming. Do you know of a good place to eat around here?
Wife makes me my food.
Oh, okay. Well, we're just looking to get some food in our belly. We're looking for the Black Forest.
Can't help you with that.
Scene. I'm looking forward to getting you out to Austin.
Well, I'll be there
Good.
end of April.
I'm going to be there as well. This has been,
Do you want to
lot
do a
of
guest
fun.
spot on one of my shows?
yes. I'll jump on there. Are you going to be doing the mothership?
Cap City.
Okay, well, I'd love to jump on because I love Cap City. I've got to get to my my son now.
I assume you're running there?
I'm going to ride there. I have a horse.
You came here on a horse? Let me
Yeah.
guess. The horse's name was Friday.
How did you know that?
I didn't until now. It's amazing what other people will tell us if they don't realize you're asking them.
I would like to say something to you.
me
You
to
are
turn
one
the
of the
cameras
few
off?
people. You're one of the few people that can pull off a mustache.
Yeah, you have an interesting relationship with mustaches, though.
Well, you're one of the few people that can pull one off. It's my Donald Trump.
Wow. So your phone works.
Well, I don't know why the ChatGPT.
Acting.
Huh. Yeah, this is really weird. It says you're 29.
Depends where you're looking. There's a
Yeah.
lot of information out there that's wrong, and some of it is right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things out there that say that my mom's Italian and I'm worth $5 million and like all these other things. I'm like, well, maybe if my lawyer didn't screw up those Intel commercials.
You think traffic's bad now, the future's gonna be a nightmare.
Does nobody like the future?
Come on, the future. He obviously doesn't know Intel is helping power autonomous cars and the 5G network they connect to. With this, won't happen in the future.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you for liking my mustache.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. I missed you.
Yeah, same.
You're a good man.
Always loved playing with you since I
The
saw
best.
you when I was 14 years old on the patio at the world famous Comedy Store.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
I'll see you very soon. I'll see you
Yeah.
very soon.
Yeah.
In Austin.
Yeah.
And
You will. I
Go
have
get
to
your
get to
son.
my
yeah.
step class. And then
I got to
have
get a Polaroid. Stay there for
Yeah.
one more second. Anything? We already talked about your website. We'll put up. We put up the dates. We'll put up your upcoming dates then.
BryanCallen.com for my dates on the road. And then that's it. And I'm doing acting off / trailer trash.
Where do people see acting off?
That
YouTube?
will be on YouTube. And then we're going to start doing live shows again, which we were doing in
Ooh.
Austin.
Are you going to do one this month?
I don't think this month, but maybe next month. And we're definitely going to be shooting. I'm setting it all up. It's a whole different thing now. It's
Cool.
going to be good. Yeah.
It's fun making stuff, isn't it?
It is fun making stuff.
And
It's gonna
having
be a good
friends
time.
that will do stuff. Having talented people like, oh, I want to play.
Yeah.
Having friends that want to play.
The
Come on,
best.
and we get to make a living from it.
The best.
Very grateful for this.
The best.
Mhm. It's what makes this podcasting sustainable.
I know.
It's like every week I either get to meet somebody who I've wanted to meet and they have an excuse to talk to them for 90 minutes. I get to play with a friend and get closer with them. Or every now and then it's like, well, you need to have an episode, and that exists. It's
Yeah.
business, baby.
But this is awesome.
Yeah. Theme music, lyrics.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue. Scoop